What's up, y'all? It's the Skate Theorist. I know it's been a minute. I've been studying hard for this exam that I had already failed once. Fucking tough exam. Cisco Certified Network Associate. I did pass this time, but it's just like the past month I've been working overtime, doing that, driving far to work, doing jujitsu. I just haven't had time to film. Skating. Though I love it, filming for is not as much a priority. Still skating sometimes, but yeah, I'm hoping this new certification can get me a little bit closer to that 100K. And I'm thinking about moving. I'm looking around at what's kind of cheap in Florida, and I'm hoping I could be maybe 30 minutes closer to the Lakeland skate park. So that'd be kind of cool. If I happen to buy a house closer to a cooler skate park, I might start skating again for real, but for now I'm just chilling. I'm gonna watch Andy Anderson today. He dropped a part. I haven't really seen anybody talk about it. I'm sure people have. I haven't. I just haven't been online other than looking at Instagram in between shit at work. But I did see some tricks from this, and I found it pretty interesting. Andy confused me at first because I thought like I'm not even gonna lie. I thought he sucked. And it's not that like he actually sucks. I just saw some of the tricks he was doing and I'm like, okay, this guy does not a spins. He probably sucks. I'm just keeping it real. Like a lot of people that do the types of tricks that he does, like the weird funky stuff, you don't see him like getting buck on handrails like this. So I underestimated him. Then I saw him, I think it was like at X Games or something, skating a bowl, just fucking ripping a bowl. It was unbelievable. Then I saw him do some crazy manuals, and then he hits street shit like this sometimes. So the dude's a killer. I totally judged the book by like a couple tricks or something. Like the freestyle stuff is what threw me off, to be honest. Like I phrased it so bad. Freestyle skaters don't suck. Don't get me wrong. But you know what I mean. Like I just didn't think he like could ride all this other stuff. I feel like freestyle skaters usually only skate freestyles is what I'm really hinting at. That's a fucked up trick though right there. Just the idea of trying that feeble to like, it makes sense. I feel like on the bend it's a little easier to get up into the board slide. But yeah, that's the type of stuff I actually saw him doing one day where I'm like, oh, dude rips bowls? Like, what? You don't expect it. Dude, that was a beefy ollie up there. That's hard too, because your balance when you have to pop up something is so off. Like, I know the few times I've ollied like onto a picnic table, as soon as I get up there, I'm like slipping out. I don't know what it is. Your like center of gravity lowers. It's hard to know like what to really slow down in this video because like even his filler tricks, they're kind of interesting, look somewhat like bangers. But I don't want to pause every single thing. All right, I don't need to hear him talking. Hold up. Okay, that's pretty cool. I don't like dark slides pretty much of any sort. It's just not for me. I think they're ugly. I think I think the problem with them in my mind, oh, that's so cool. That's a sick little line. Fun. Really tall and sketchy. Not his trick, like it's a sketchy rail. But the problem with dark slides is there's only a couple ways to get out of them, and they're all butt ugly. So like, I don't want to see like this weird. I don't know. It's like a humpy little out. Just hate it. Yeah, that was pretty cool. That was a pretty cool line. Perfect example. Like, I know that's really hard, and I'm not saying it's not cool. And if I seen somebody do it in person, I'd be hyped. I'll get to this trick was crazy, but the like just getting out like that, I don't know, man. There's no better way to do it. I think that's the problem. Inherently, the trick just leads to an ugly landing. This trick is crazy. I wonder if he could have did it. Oh, it looks like it doesn't need it. I was gonna say it. I almost feel like the things he added to his board. I forgot what they're called. I was wondering if they like kept it in place, but he totally could have did that without the plastic things. That's a sick trick, but also a sick handrail. I want to see it from this angle again. That's like a super nice mellow handrail. Like if you wanted to do your first street handrail, that'd be the perfect one. This is the thing too, like so when I see the first little pivot thing, I'm like, whatever, it's filler. He's that type of guy. But then he does the kickflip, back tail, big out like nothing. I think too, I have this bias. What the fuck was that? I have this bias because a lot of times, like the people who did Caspers that I knew, they just couldn't do other things. I gotta slow mo this one though, because I don't know what just happened here. That part I know. He's pivoting. Compelling. Okay, so it's like a little back foot varial cake flip, I guess. It's weird to name tricks like that because, like, it's flipping how the board would flip if he kicked it with his front foot, but he kicked it with his back foot. So, does that reverse it and make it like, is that really like a late nollie varial heel flip? I don't know. It gets weird when you're doing the late stuff on how you might name it. I'm sure there's somebody in the comments can be like, "No, it's this way every time." Okay, hold up, dude. Hold up. That was all one fucking line? Dude's incredible. I can't believe how good this guy is all around. Is really something else. Like, I mean, he's not Nyjah level on the street rails, but Nyjah also, you don't see him really pumping bowls like this. Now some of the more like novelty type tricks, maybe Nyjah could do. That's sick. What I really do like about him, and I haven't watched him much, but he's definitely like a skater in the purest sense, like using things how you wouldn't think they'd use them. Damn, dude, this is crazy. I know he's barely moving, but to dip to the other side and then pull out, if you can dip and pull out that fast, I mean, you know what you're doing in there. That's crazy. And then any skater that can ride vert at all, I kind of appreciate. That's some like Day One song type stuff there. Half pipes are so weird because the people that can skate them so well, and no one else can touch them hardly at all. I want to go back to this handrail. This handrail, man. That's about as perfect of a setup you could have for an ugly ass handrail. Like, not just hitting the kink, but like grinding on the kink. It's a long ass kink. Long and kinky. This is just crazy, man. Yeah, I mean, this is totally worth watching. It's kind of cool too seeing him at like all these famous spots, you know? Like how is he gonna put his little twist on it? I haven't been paying attention to um what's Switch and what's not Switch. I assume he is goofy. It appears that way. But a lot of his tricks they don't really need. You don't really need to know if it's Switch or not because there it's such weird stuff that nobody's doing anyway. Perfect example. I sometimes like the grind combos. Other times when they just kiss it like that, every now and then I'm like, ah, are you just winging it? Like, he's probably not. He probably really intended to do that. No, that's a lot of spins. That's a lot of spins. I don't know the most spins I've ever done in that fashion, but it wasn't that many. Okay, this is interesting. I feel like I might have saw a clip of him talk somebody talking about how he put this is mind-blowingly new age skateboarder to me. He's making the rail stickier. Never would I imagine this. But yeah, I think I saw something like he had too much speed here, so he had to put the tape. Okay, here's a fucking question for you guys. Here's a question for you guys. Is this not cool? Because when people build street spots, it's not cool. I mean, he had a kicker earlier in the video. Now, but this is weird because I mean, sometimes you have to break something at a spot to be able to skate it. But this is weird because he's not making it. I mean, he's making this trick easier, but he's making the rail less slidable. So he's making it worse and better at the same time. And this, he has a handicap here. But I'm not hating because nobody's fucking doing this ever. Just what a bizarre concept. I never like if you had just asked me, is there any reason a skater would try to make a rail stickier to this extent? I would think never. Never would there be a reason for that. I appreciate the trick. I think if he did it without the tape, it would have been like way sicker. But I don't think it could be done without the tape either. Okay, I saw this clip too. He said this took him like hours of trying it or something like that. Like, don't quote me, but he said it took some stupid amount of time and it was like one of the most miserable things to film. all to just like, okay, a freestyle skater, I'm sure they know what's going on here, right? To me, it all kind of looks like a foreign language. It's kind of like gibberish to me. I don't know what this means. I don't know what it is. It doesn't mean anything to me personally. It does look very hard. I just don't know how much harder it is compared to any other freestyle trick. I'm sure they have a bunch of terms and stuff. I know nothing about it. That is an insane clip. There has to be other clips on that rail, right? That rail is absolutely beautiful. Heavy trick too, man. Oh, that was that cute boy. Way back when, I called him the most attractive YouTube skater. That cute man. Yeah, I must have listened to way more of that Nine Club thing than I thought, like maybe while driving or something. But I remember him talking about this clip where he was upset about the pivot. Ah, I'm not complaining about the pivot. I think the pivot's cool. Also, you just 50'd up to a rock to fakie on a rail. You can pivot out of that now. Oh no, that's absolutely sick. Man, that's the type of trick like if you're playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, you would think this is possible. But a real skater in real life might think that would never be possible. Like, yeah, that's sick. He's got some bangers in this. That was cool too. Like that one, it looked like it flowed a little more. Like the spot naturally sets that one up. Hmm. This reminds me of that one video where like it was almost like anti-skating, where the dude was just doing stuff like this in the grass. It was interesting to watch, but it doesn't get me going. Doesn't keep me up at night thinking about it. It's cool. It's a cool accomplishment. It's kind of like if you can count to pi's 10,000th number. Like, yeah, it's cool you can do that, but it's not cool to see it done exactly. Now, of course, I've seen the clip he does here. That looked pretty good. Ooh, this is sick, dude. Dude, that is not even. Bro, that jersey doesn't even have any type of extra shit on it, bro. He just straight skated it like a spine. That is gnarly. See, this is the type of stuff I love. And when I complain about some other tricks, it's just I don't feel like they look as good to me. It's just my opinion. That looks absolutely sick. Hmm. That trick looked more like dime a dozen, where I feel like any skater with access to this could have did that. Still looks cool. It's just like a super. I got permission here, which clearly it was like a skate museum. So a skater should get permission to skate in there. Really, you shouldn't be able to make skate art without making it skatable. So yeah, this is that. I want to see how he gets out of this. That's okay. I'm not gonna lie, that looked pretty good. Like he's keeping way more speed than you'd expect. From that angle, it looked bad. Like, in my opinion, if you land a trick and you're only going, half a mile an hour, it's kind of hard for it to look cool. I'm not saying it's not an incredible trick, because it definitely is. He's made probably the only person that could do that on Earth almost. Now, this Jersey barrier shit he's getting down on is like next level cool to me. Like, that might be one of the coolest tricks I've ever seen. What an exciting video. Was that the ender? Because that'd be a perfect ender, man. Such a pretty spot. It looks too like, this looks like a really like ritzy type area where they'd kick you the fuck out. I don't know that. I'm just guessing, but it just looks like one of those areas. Like if you're seeing if you're seeing the bicycle lane painted green like that, I feel like you're in a nice area. That or it's just, not everything's Florida. It could be different other places. Oh, I love that trick. That was cool. I'm guessing that that took a very long time because if his people are up filming this on the roof like that, unless he just like organically like, oh, they were filming me, I had them send it to me. But if those are his people on that roof, this probably took him like, I don't know, hours to do or something. Yeah, that was sick, man. This guy confuses me how he's so good at everything, man. He had some heavy, sick rails in there. He skated that half pipe a little bit. Got some unique things on that half pipe that feeble out the thing. Yeah, definitely a sick part. Yeah, let me know. What'd you think? Were you fucking with it? Was it not for you, maybe? Everybody has their own opinion.